do anything I want, be anything I want. Not true. And of course, though, those folks refuse to read and acknowledge those scriptures which plainly state this thing otherwise. Now, fornication, which is having sexual relations between a man and a woman, between a man and a woman, between a man and a woman, outside of the marriage bond is sin. Adultery is committed, by a married man or a married woman or both, and whatever the case is, having those relations outside of their marriage relationship with their spouse. And again, marriage is only between a man and a woman. It doesn't matter what the government says. It doesn't matter what society says. A marriage is between a man and a woman as far as God is concerned. And I'm not going to go into sodomy or any of the other sexual perversions committed by humanity. The world is perverse enough with so much of this kind of behavior. But the fact that so much of this goes on, and it does, within the body of Jesus Christ, is incredibly sad evidence of where we are in time. God our Father is pleading with his children here. Okay? Take that passage spiritually. My son, give me thine heart, and let thine eyes observe my ways. Used to be, that kind of behavior was the stuff of dark places, back alleys, abandoned houses. And the pornography that fueled it was had from sleazy hole-in-the-wall shops on the wrong side of town. Now it's as close as one's fingertips or thumbs on every kind of screened electronic device that's out there. Computers, laptops, tablets, cell phones, even smartwatches. And knowing that this is so great a problem today, we have got to be hyper-vigilant, guarding ourselves against the exposure to it. I mean, you could be doing something completely innocent, looking at something, and up pops some ad that's like, good night, where did that come from? It's... a whore is a woman who is aggressively and actively seeking to have sexual relations with men, whether she's married or not. A whore is described here as being a deep ditch and a narrow pit, places that can trap you and are hard to escape from. She's described as lying in wait for prey. She's a predator looking for victims. Over in Proverbs 30, verse 20, it says, such is the way of an adulterous woman, she eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no wickedness. And the fools who fall into her trap increase the transgressors among men. For her, they're just another notch on the gun, another victim to laugh at. And again, make no mistake, I'm speaking about this kind of behavior that goes on within the body of Jesus Christ, among believers. Some of the things I've heard in recent months of things that pastors have found out going on in their churches are just... Now, spiritually, spiritual whoredom, spiritual adultery of the believer against the Lord Jesus Christ by idolatry. Anything that you love, that you put ahead of the Lord Jesus Christ, is an idol. And spiritually, the Bible talks about that as whoredom. Anything, anyone, including your own self. And of course, anytime you're putting someone or something ahead of the Lord Jesus Christ, it is you putting yourself ahead of Him. I mean, if they are more important to you than is your love, your loyalty, your worship, your thanksgiving, your obedience to the Lord Jesus Christ, you're guilty. You're guilty. All right, that's all I've got to say on that topic. I'm going to go ahead and stop here for this morning. Are there any questions out of those verses in Proverbs 23? It's 22 down to 28. All right, we'll stop there for this morning.